Welcome to my Shattered Relics experience. Going into this mode, I had one goal. Try and get the Inferno Cape as soon as possible. In leagues you get boosted XP, drops, you can buy skills, quests. In my opinion, a very fun time to experiment and try new things. So let's start the adventure. I have to look like my Karamja character, there we go. Like most people, I started with some easy tests to gather some points to unlock some skills, and I wanted to unlock hit points first. My early plan was rushing combat. 31k XP for level 39 hit points instantly, and I reached 25 combat. I picked up the first tier really quickly, there's tier 3, and the questing grind continues. There's the Lost Tribe quest. I decided to do this quest to get the bone crossbow early so I can kind of kickstart my range training. I went to my favorite OG Karamja spot to train some ranged on the Moss Giants, and I got myself 40 ranged here. After getting 40 ranged and green d'hide, I decided to do some more questing. I completed Fight Arena for some big attack and thieving XP. And I did the waterfall quest after unlocking strength, and that got me 50 strength and over 50 attack. With the higher attack and strength levels, I managed to do the Holy Grail quest, and that got me some massive XP drops, and I got my first fragment. I unlocked prayer to do this quest, and that got me 50 prayer. And the first fragment I obtained on my account was the Unholy Ranger fragment, which is going to be very useful for range training. It took me almost 900,000 total XP to get my first fragment on the account. After getting some nice base stats and a bone crossbow, I decided it's time to get my range up a little bit. So I went to one of my old training spots I used on a PvP hardcore, the Graded Demons in Mauritania. And these things were shitting out fragments, so I was leveling up fragments, I was getting new ones while training my stats, so really nice place. This video is sponsored by Ace Defender. Ace Defender combines authentic turn-based RPG battles with tower defense elements. The game has a traditional solo storyline with over 40 chapters. In Ace Defender you can level up, combine and equip heroes to build a powerful lineup. There are 48 heroes in the game and 2 new heroes are released every 2 weeks. There is so much you can do. You can explore different regions and dungeons, engage in trials, collect rare items and even take on players in PvP. You can also use different gameplay modes to speed up or slow down the action. Brenda the Demon Spear is one of the new heroes in the game. She deals massive damage in battles, limits her opponent's damage and recovers health on her own. The Realms of Deities is a new mysterious world available soon in the game, where you can build your castle, develop technology and train soldiers to conquer the city for endless treasures. On the Realms map you can defeat monsters and get rewards, fight together with your allies and gain more power for your heroes through magical research. New users who download the game through my link get 10 Royal Recruit tickets after completing Chapter 2 Level 8. You can use the tickets by clicking Sky City, then Tavern, then Recruit. So what are you waiting for? Go download Ace Defender today for free and thank you to them for sponsoring today's video. Switch to Graded Demons a little bit closer to the bank. Kept training range, collecting some hard clues. There's 60 ranged. And there is 70 range, so lots of range levels from the Graded Demons. So I managed to get myself 5 hard clues from the Graded Demons, so I juggled all of the hard clues and tried to complete one for potentially black d'hide body and legs. And I did manage to complete one in the end, and this was the reward. Didn't really get what I wanted, but not a bad clue overall. I got the purple switch, which counts as a task, and I got myself unique, so more points to the collection. I decided to train some more ranged and prayer, and I killed some green dragons for dragon bones. One of my early goals was obtaining one of the really good prayer relics, and I had no idea where I could get them at this time. So I thought using bones on an altar would give me a decent chance, and I did end up getting some relics. One of them was really nice because it auto-buried my bones. I also got 60 prayer, but I didn't get the prayer restore relic I was looking for. I really wanted to do some early bosses like barrows or one of the crazy archaeologists. So I decided to unlock magic and got myself 59 magic for Fire Blast. I also decided to come here because the library gave a bunch of points. After completing a bunch of tasks, I managed to get myself tier 4, which gives double the chance on drops from things like barrows and monsters, PVMing drops, so that was going to be really helpful if I decided to do some early bossing. I decided to unlock Fossil Island to try some D-range archaeologists for the black d'hide body, because that was going to help a lot with range training. I got a couple nice killing fragments and 11 KC, but I didn't get lucky, so I decided to come back later. I went back to some questing and I completed the Feud quest for the secret rune store in Alcarid. This allows me to buy and sell any type of rune I want, which is going to be a pretty decent moneymaker, because the next thing I wanted to do is try some early barrows. If I can get my hands on an early barrows item or a lot of runes, I can make a lot of money. And barrows will also allow me to potentially get some upgrades for the inferno setup. I ended up doing 3 barrows chests to try my luck. The trips were a little bit too slow, so I decided to go back to training and upgrade to an Ivan staff before coming back. And I realized I had a combination of 4 relics that gave me a really good effect for range training, which is Knife's Edge on the max 4 fragments effect. I get 0.6 damage per hit points. So I realized if I get something like a rock cake and go all the way down to 1 hit points, I'm going to be able to get like a 50% damage increase. That was going to help a lot with range training. My training spot of choice was the Undead Druid spot in Zeah with the altar. So I can rock cake to 1 hit points, stay on 1 hit points and keep praying on the altar. And I can kill these Undead Druids for a lot of good drops. They drop a lot of money and they can drop grubby keys, which can potentially get me brews and restores and range spots for the inferno. So I decided to get some grubby keys and then this happens. Oh, wait, what? I got a mask? I'm only on 40 kills. That's 1 in 1,000, I think. And it's not boosted, so... Wow, okay. Interesting. And that was loot from the first big trip. Amazing inventory. Got myself a lot of amulets as well. Back to a little bit of bossing, trying to get a rune crossbow. And I managed to get myself a power amulet, which is an upgrade to the account. I'm doing some agility pyramid to make some money to imbue my Iban staff. I really want to go back to barrows, and in the process I also maxed out the bottomless quiver fragment. So I can now claim a crystal bow, and it pretty much has 10 times more charges. First chest back at barrows, I picked up my first item, a Gutton's War Spear. 1 chest later I got myself another item, the Darrok's Great Axe. And then 3 chests later this happens. No way, I got Arims! I got Arims! I got Arims! Whoa! Oh my god. Yo, I'm not gonna sell that. That is basically my mage gear sorted for the inferno. Very, very lucky. I decided to high alch all the other drops and I made over 300,000 GP. I decided to go back to deranged archaeologist after all of the barrows locked to take my revenge. And on kill number 23, I got myself the black d'hide body. Beautiful upgrade. I spent some more time in the 4th dose dungeon and picked up the first grubby key, which ended up giving me a 2 range dose and 2 defense dose. And I got some more fragments from killing Undead Druids, which set me up for the next step on the account. I finished my Undead Druid trip with the first level 80 on the account, 80 ranged. So my next goal was working on combat to get my defense up while also getting more points for the next tier. So I decided to complete Monkey Madness 1 by myself and I got a bunch of levels for free from the XP reward. I also bought myself a Dragon Scimitar for training, which gave me a lot of points. And I did the Defender grind for 70 defense, which meant I could equip my first barrows pieces, the full Arim set. The next thing I wanted to work on was boosting my magic and ranged by a lot, so I decided to unlock chinning and hunter and collect some chins for range training, which should get me a lot of prayer pots from the monkeys in the Monkey Madness tunnels, and I can basically get a bunch of range and magic training there. We are still pretty early into leagues, and I think if I do it right now the tunnels should not be too crowded, but I expect that place to be packed in a few days. Right, almost finished this Demonic Gorilla. They should get me a new tier. I only need 65 more points. Oh yeah, there we go. One elite combat achievement is also points, so yep, there we go, we got it. Tier 5 has been unlocked on the account. Beautiful. I wanted to quickly complete this before going to Black Chins, because I now get times 12 XP everywhere. I unlocked Monkey Madness 2 and a bunch of other quests with points, by the way. I came over to the monkeys to check it out. There wasn't anyone and I threw all my red chins to get 83 range so far. And if you want to get fragments and level up your fragments, this is absolutely the best place. You get a fragment like legit every less than a minute. Alright, so before doing anything else, I decided it'd be a good time to get myself a fire cape. I got my prayer pots from the monkeys in the tunnels, and I still have a crystal bow with some charges. So I went into the fire cape with double tap and Drake's touch. I get double hits and I heal, so should be pretty easy. And there we go, we completed the fight caves. That is one step closer to the inferno. We can trade that in and unlock the inferno later on. Decided to spend some more points on quest. I wanted to buy desert treasure for the ancient spells. So now I can go to the monkeys in the tunnels and get my magic level up for ice barrage and blood barrage for the inferno. And I can gather some more prayer pots. So I spent a couple hours in the tunnels and I ended up with 92 magic, which unlocks blood barrage, and I'm going back to barrows with blood barrage, passively train my magic up to level 94 there, and try and get some more items that will help me in the inferno. Picked up my first tank helm on 32 kill count. Unfortunately, it's not the best helm, so I decided to continue some more barrows. Yes! Haha, let's go! Oh, yes, beautiful. Beautiful. Okay, that's a good helm because I guess prayer. That's huge. That is huge. Back-to-back helm loot. For the people wondering what method I use for barrows, I use the arcane book for the unlimited spellbook swaps. And after each trip I already cloaked for prayer, spellbook swap to Arceus for the barrows teleport, and then spellbook swap back to ancients for the ancient spells. And basically that's what I did on repeat, and I didn't use any food. And the trips were really fast. Oh my god, no way! Yes, and all the double chests as well. I just got Carol's chaps, which skips my clue grind. I was planning on doing some clues for Black Deite chaps, but now I don't have to anymore because I have a Black Deite body and Carol's chaps. Wow, my barrows luck is amazing. Alright, there's chest number 69. Nice. I'm currently rank 1 barrows in the leagues. I'm going to leave the kill count there. I was trying to get a plate body, but I don't think I need it. So I don't want to spend potentially hours here trying to get a body. I'm pretty sure I can do the waves without a body in the inferno, so time to work on some other stuff. So the next goal on the account was unlocking the absolute unit set effects, because that will help out a lot in the inferno. And I was missing one specific fragment that I can get from skilling. I wasn't exactly sure where I could get it from, but I figured crafting would be a good shot. So I unlocked crafting, did a bunch of early quests, and I then did glass blowing. And I did indeed get the fragment from crafting. Dragon on a bit. That's a fragment I needed to unlock the absolute unit set effect. Which is going to be great in the inferno because I take 30% less damage from NPCs. And I recoil half of the damage back. I managed to make a lot of money from barrows, so I decided to pick up another upgrade for the inferno. A full crystal shield for 750k. And the next goal I set myself was pretty simple. Catch enough black chins for range levels for the inferno. I was aiming for 1000 because it gave a lot of points, and I think 1000 was a nice amount to get me to like 95 plus ranged. So that's what I worked on. And there we go, finished catching 1000 chins for a lot of league points, 250 points right there. And I threw every chin in the Monkey Madness tunnel with double tap and knife edge rock caking down. I was getting like 7 to 14k XP drops. And I got close to 97 ranged, which is more than enough for the inferno. So we are both done with magic and ranged. Because of the relic I picked up on the account really early, that auto buries bones, I got myself so many prayer levels from just killing monkeys. I ended up with 81 prayer from doing my mage and ranged here, which is insane. One thing I really wanted to get was a couple grubby keys to try my luck on Cerebrews and Super Restores, because that will improve my chance to do it on the first attempt by a lot. So I decided to barrage some temple spiders with the arcane conduit fragment, which basically means I'm not using runes. These guys drop grubby keys with a rate of 1 in 100, so I should be able to get them pretty quickly. I ended up getting 7 keys in the first trip, and I got some good luck. 2 out of the 7 keys got me Cerebrews, so we have 3 Cerebrews now. I also decided to do defensive casting, and that got me all the way to 82 defense, which should be enough defense for the inferno. I decided to open 3 more keys, and 2 out of the 3 keys got me Cerebrews, which is extremely lucky. I now have 6 Ceredomin brews. So my potions and food was all ready. There was one last tiny grind remaining, and that was money, because I needed a lot of money for runes. Doing the Inferno this early meant that I couldn't really use the Arcane Fragment to get unlimited runes. Basically, I needed a couple thousand Blood and Death runes. So I decided to try out some refs. I've never done refs in the game. And with all of these broken fragments, it was extremely fun to try out. And yeah, Revenants are really easy money. So I spent an hour here to make money for runes. And I bought all the runes that I needed for the Inferno attempt. I just realized before I go in, I can buy Camelot number 2, which auto unlocks Piety. And Piety gives a bit of a defense boost, so I can use it in the 50 plus waves for some extra defense. So that should help out a little bit. Alright, this is what my inventory will look like. We don't have a rune pouch, but should be fine. Going to sacrifice the cape that we got earlier. And yeah, we have 6 brews, which should be enough. I am ready to try this out. It is currently day 4, and I'm going to try the Inferno. So the fragments we're using for this attempt are not insane, but they should do the job. Absolute unit will give me 30% less damage from all monsters. So that should help me clear the waves a little bit easier. And I'm using double tap, which will give me double hits. Should speed up the monster killing and hopefully get me enough DPS on Zak. Alright, here we go. Good luck, good luck. Cleared the early waves without too many issues. We are at the 50 plus waves. Let's see if this absolute unit relic will do its job. Alright, pretty good wave 64. That's pretty much all the waves solved. Had a couple pretty tricky waves, but still remember a lot from doing all the Kremja attempts, so very nice. Alright, let's see if I can still do this 5-head healer lure. There we go. Attacked all healers and they can't attack me. Beautiful. Alright, I just cleared triple jets and it took over 13 minutes. That is not good. I'm really worried that I'm not gonna have enough DPS with the crystal bow. I might have underestimated this. Alright, time to do Zak. Yeah, this is not looking great, guys. This thing is really not hitting. Awesome, I'm still able to flick sets. I still remember how to do it. Really happy about that. This happened on the 4th set. Yes, I got 4 sets before the hit points is passed. I didn't even get it to 600 hit points. And this is set number 4. We got it on the same tick and we unfortunately died, but seeing this made me realize that I was never even able to do this because I just didn't have the DPS. I wouldn't be able to kill Jed in time. I got more sets on this account than I had on any of the Kremja only attempts I did, which is kind of hilarious. For me, this leaks is all about experimenting and yeah, well, this didn't exactly go to plan. It happens. I'm not gonna lie, the planning was pretty rough in this league. There were a lot of different things going on at the same time. I'm really happy about my performance in the Inferno though. We got all the way to this point and we were still able to flick 3 perfect sets before making a mistake. But I'm going to take this opportunity and expand my PVM knowledge. We are going to learn a new boss in the next episode. Hopefully you enjoyed this adventure so far. I'm only going to be doing one more episode, I think. While I do enjoy this mode a lot, it just feels like boosted RuneScape because I can pretty much do everything I want. I don't feel restricted enough. So I'm going back to the chunk account pretty soon. If you guys liked the video, feel free to like, subscribe and have a great day.